a while. It's been a while if this Nunu gets picked.
Oh,
really?
But I think what they could do is double down on their potential to... No, wait. They couldn't go double ADC at this point in time. Because they already have Akali, they already have Camille, they already have Nunu. So the only question now left is who is going to be the support.
What they can do in Weibo Gaming is do the same thing that they did last game. They can still go for another ADC, but not. They can go for a Zoe this game and be able to poke out the back line as fast as they could. The only problem here is they're fighting against an Akali again, but if it's gonna go to the bot lane, it's way better.
Yeah, and I think I really like what the competition is right now for Weibo, because now the Sleepy Trouble Bubble could deny the snowball away coming in from Nunu and Willem. You have the Lee Sin to match up the early game up against the potential and the likes of the Lucian coming from JT. So right now, it's really good when it comes to these two compositions. It is now dependent on what type of execution that you want to do. And now with the Alistar as well being locked in for J-Team, another engager, another engage tool locked in into the competition.
The only question here is how are they going to be playing around the Nunu? One of the things that is super good about Nunu is the early game power. Level 2, you can already go for a gank, slow down, get a snowball, get a kill on one, and after that, that is just going to be actually gonna snowball in your favor.
Hey, I like the puns. Is it snowing? Is it cold? But we'll see because as you mentioned, level 2 is going to be having a lot of potential as well. You have the snowball that gives you a lot of potential to go into gangs, go into plays. You have the slow potential, the stun capabilities, and especially considering the composition that JT has. They have the Alistar, they have the Lucian, so expectedly, when it comes to the early game, they want to wreck Havoc already.
Yeah, they want to easily win this fight though. That's what I'm scared of here, especially for the side of for J-Team. Yes, they have the Zeri, they have the Zoe, but that is the problem during Game 2. But in Game 2, they were able to perform despite the fact that they have an Akali on the side of J-Team. So the question here is, how is J-Team going to be utilizing this differently so that they can win against Weibo Gaming? This is the Game 3, everybody. Weibo Gaming versus J-Team, and they would need to win this in order for them to get a score.
Yeah, and I think they understood already the assignment, right? A while ago, they had too much champions that needs so much gold, and they were only able to activate during the late game. So now they bring in the Lee Sin. Looking here, Zihan.
Oh, they're not gonna continue this, right? No way are they actually gonna continue with Zihan. Was baited. He has a launch still though. They're not gonna continue with the launch. Baited out a lot of time out of the jungler, so CF17 is a bit delayed.
Yeah, and I think it's Nunu and Willem who already needs to go into the camps, because if not, if he fights this 2v1, he will be delayed up against a Lee Sin, especially considering the early game prowess that the Lee Sin has.
Oh, the problem here is Zihan is still going in. Once he hits his level 2 mark here for CF17, as I'm saying, it's going to be his time to go. He is going to be his time to flash. Zihan needs to launch, but the boss is there. That's why he was not afraid.
Perfect timing coming in from Zihan, and now CF17 has to crawl back into the red buff.
He's too delayed now.
Absolutely right, and that is what we mentioned a while ago, right? Because CF17 doesn't want to go for the 2v1 early on, because if he continues that 2v1, he will be delayed up against a Lee Sin. Now he went in for the engage on top side. He is delayed once again. Lee Sin is already on the red buff coming in from top side.
Cleared already 3 camps. Weibo Gaming, oh no, this is really going in their favor now. So one thing that they can do, look at this, they even are going for the Scuttler so that they will get a lot more. Never mind, they're not going for the Scuttler.
Yeah, it's just a prank. You know what? We see you, Rift Scuttler. We see you, but we're not gonna take you. But the thing is, they understand that Nunu and Willem is just hovering on top side once again.
Yeah, they still have oh wait, they don't have the repause anymore. And now CF17, with that, he's just gonna be forced to go for the Scuttler. DY goes for the headbutt and almost got the kill. Fine was able to survive. Oh no, everything's falling to place and J-Team is losing a lot.
And Fan was still alive out from that. He was knocked back under the turret. He was ignited, but He was able to sustain himself for much long, and now first blood secured by Weibo. No kills to trade for JT.
I thought they're gonna go and continue this and maybe try to take the blue buff, but let's take a look at how DY played that again.
Yeah, it was DY who has information onto Fan. X1 followed through the flash coming from DY. Pushed back Alistar in hopes to get enough damage onto Fan. But the thing is, X1 had to fight a 3v1 overall when he was already gone. No frontliners to defend, no frontliners to sponge the damage out, and it was Weibo who took the win.
Super scary fight that we've seen there, especially the DY. I thought that was such a nice play. It's just that they don't have enough damage in order for them to win that fight.
And now at this point, Nunu and Willem is delayed. Lee Sin already got, the potential for the faster clear, and Cam has more gold up against the opposing jungler.
Buck with explosive cast, and that's gonna be a sleepy trouble bubble to his death, and Faye gets a free kill.
They needed that. They need to have that because overall, Weibo, once they were able to take the kill onto the bottom lane, now this will spiral out of control in favor for Weibo Gaming. Less opportunity for J-Team to be able to match up against Weibo's pace because now you have more capabilities, more goals already for the potential carries for Weibo.
Yeah, and that's gonna be way harder, especially for J-Team now. They weren't able to really get a lot of those early game kills coming in from the Nunu. And you do expect a Nunu to get a lot of kills. And once you don't really get that, especially for the level 2 power spike, it's just gonna be way harder. Yes, you are not in a tank meta. That's why it's really hard to play a Nunu nowadays.
And the thing is, when we're looking at the difference when it comes to gold, it is Nunu and Willem, CF17, who only has 2.5k gold, while you have like 3.2k gold or something for Lee Sin. So that's just the amount of difference coming into both these junglers, and I think that will be such a huge detriment right now for JT.
Yeah, and now with the 2k gold lead early in this game, that's a big lead for the side of Weibo Gaming. Considering that this is still the early game, there's still not a lot of gold going around, and that's a big lead. Now, because of this first fight that is gonna happen, they have a lot of item advantages, and once they complete it first, they would be able to take this dragon a lot easier, or rather, even the referral a lot easier.
Yeah, 100%. Just look at the gold difference across the board. It's not only the junglers who has the big difference, the mid laners, the bot laners, the support. The difference maker here is because the top lane is being hovered consistently by Nunu and Willem. It's an even level playing field, but the thing is, that's not enough to sustain yourselves coming into the mid game, late game.
Yeah, Faye is going to be running in. CF17 is going to be trying to get that. You watch push back, and you don't have any chances to take it. Uses the grand challenge to get the extra movement speed. Zihan is not afraid.
Definitely not afraid. You have the power of a Lee Sin. You have Zoe as well in there. So if ever a full all-in engage comes down to it, they have so much more potential. Duan Yu.
Yeah, let's see. Top side though. TY already tanking up a lot of damage. Duan Yu is gonna fall. Here comes Geshan. TY is gonna try to sacrifice himself to the turret, but nobody's just going at it. Fawn is gonna get the kill. CF17 gonna be helping out there. X1 was ignited. He's gonna be dead. And Soldier is not gonna get anything out of that.
Ticked down to the ground. He was burned to death. It was basically a 1-for-1 trade, I believe, overall for both sides. But the thing is, once again, Weibo Gaming getting that kill and getting that advantage into that fight nets them the opportunity for the Rift Herald.
Oh man, this is just so hard. Weibo Gaming is just gonna take this for free. Here comes the jump. The sleepy triple bubble was perfect, and CF17 can't even catch his breath. That's Absolute Zero is gonna be getting absolutely 0 kills on that.
And this is what we mentioned a while ago with Zoe being locked in up against Nunu and Willem. The snowball can't happen because the sleepy trouble and bubble could just deny it out of CF17. The amount of difference when it comes to gold advantage from Weibo here on out disables the potential for Nunu and Willem to just go into the fights despite building onto attack.
Oh, 6k gold lead, man. They even have a Nunu on their side. And what is really scary about this, they have a Fiora, they have a Zeri on the side of Weibo Gaming, and getting advantage with these champions is a really hard fight to have.
100%, because on top of that, despite going into the late game, you have the strength of a Zeri, and you also have that split push potential that Fiora has. Considering that this is pretty much going to be the 1v1 forever for CZ and Zihan,
Oh, man.
CZ's not going to have a great time.
He's not gonna win a 1v1 against a Fiora and Camille. Fiora is always gonna win, especially at this point in the game. Camille is just gonna win if ever he gets a great precision protocol combo, but most of the time it's not gonna be easy.
Yeah, considering you have the mobility of a lunge, you have the grand challenge for a little bit more sustain on the ultimates as well. It's just too much more of a difficult situation in the Baron lane matchup, and now J-Team just really wants to look for those little bit of pieces of gold that they can find.
Yeah, getting both of the objectives is really hard for J-Team now that they have a disadvantage, especially at the 9-minute point of this game. There's not a lot of space for them to do anything. DY, what was that? That was too fast! It's just that there was no follow-ups! DY, what a play supposedly, but now Zihan is chasing them down. Slow is gonna be their grand challenge. It's gonna be making Zihan a bit faster. Nobody died.
That's already good enough. Sonic Wave connected.
Not gonna continue though. CF17 doesn't have a lot of damage, but Fun still respects the damage a soldier can do in this game.
Yeah, now, and Weibo having that amount of advantage, having that amount of lead up against J-Team enables them to just do this. You know, go for the jungle invade, just go and clear their camps, overextend, because it doesn't really matter. They have so much mobility built into their composition. You have the Lee Sin that can just jump around with a safeguard and the Sonic Wave. You have the Zoe that just gets pulled through into those fights really easily. So it's just a good time for Weibo.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard though. Weibo gonna go and try to fight back against 4 people. They're gonna be using explosive gas because they know that Zihan could potentially be able to win this. Response was perfectly timed, but Zihan, oh no, is not gonna survive. Look at the top side. They're still gonna continue. Faye might be able to get a great Sleepy Trouble Bubble here on the backside. They're not gonna be able to. Soldier is gonna go for the shuriken flip, and they are just gonna go in. Duanyu, the damage is gonna be there. CF17 is gonna be tanking off a lot. He needs to flash away, but at what cost? He's not gonna survive anyway.
Nice jump coming from Duanyu. And then right after, the follow through by Fawn, it was just game over from that fight. But the thing is, you have the Infernal Drake, you have the Baron Nashor that Weibo can actually take down, considering that Nuno is not in this game as of yet. Respawners is still on the clock for the jungler of JT.
Now let's take a look at this replay though. The way they started, I thought that the J-Team has the advantage here, but because they didn't get the kill as fast as they could, everybody was able to follow through.
Yeah, their initial engage. Yes, JT was able to take a kill, but the thing is, Fawn and Faye was really quick-minded coming into the top lane to be able to support. Soldier came back onto Jetchan, and that just gave the opportunity for Duanyu to jump into that fight, get those kills, get the number advantage, 3v4. X1 and DY forced to back away, and Nuna and Willem, it's just stuck on the ground, pinned down, CC'd out of
6K
forever.
6K gold lead. CF17 holding a Nunu on hand. It's not going to be easy for them to do anything much here, especially even if they start. That is a great Dragon's Rage. Fushes fan back. Gave them a way to get away to this fight. And now Weibo Gaming is going to be the ones turning things around. They're going to go for CF17, use the Absolute Zero. They're taking their time. The damage from that Absolute Zero is not that much. But now they're going to be trying to chase them down. That's going to be... Oh, what a great use of the Snowball. But at what cost? They're not going to get any more kills. Yes, Sean, they got one close and they got 2 kills already. Weibo Gaming are going to get the 3. And that is 3 kills to the board for Weibo Gaming.
Yeah, it was really good coming in from Faye as well. The lane, pretty much 3 members coming from J-Team, enabled Weibo to take the isolated fights. And yes, Zoe died, yes, Faye died, but the thing is, they were able to take kills after kills after kills.
4 kills with the side of Weibo Gaming after that big fight. And now that's 9k gold lead. JT needs a miracle at 11 minutes in order for them to win against Weibo.
Yeah, now looking at the replay, we have to look at Faye, how they delayed 2-3 members coming in from JT. Right, you have these fights occurring into the bottom side, just a little bit of pokes. But the thing is, look at Faye. Just springing back and forth up against JT, was able to deny the Hextech ultimatum, enabled Weibo to get those isolated fights, and able to get them 2 kills. It was a 2-for-1 trade. CZ was left alone, isolated after that, and then they just wreaked havoc, got 4 kills in the end.
I was surprised about DY here. They were still able to chase him down even after that. And that just gave more and more for the side of Weibo Gaming. Fight already happening right there at the bottom side of our map. We're gonna go in. Faye has been hit by the shuriken flip. That's gonna be 1 kill onto the Zoe. J-Team needs this fight in order for them to win. If Geshan also falls, this is a big advantage. That's a good try from Fun. Sizzy was able to survive.
They're really, really low. WBG could force this.
Oh, shock laser was so close. I thought Sizzy could die there.
And now just delaying the recall. CF17 is now seen by WBG. And just look at them. JT doesn't want to recall because if CF17 dies, Baron Nashor will be in favor for WBG.
They could try to get this though, but they're so far away already. They're hesitating for nothing, and J-Team is just losing a bit of time, and this bot lane tower could fall anytime soon.
Yeah, especially considering the amount of advantage that Zihan was able to take already coming in from the Baron lane fight, especially considering if ever it comes down into a 1v1 with CZ up against Fiora.
Yeah, we'll be starting this fight. Let's see here. 4k gold lead on that jungle, and that's what we were saying a while ago. Having a Nunu jungle and not getting a kill in the early game is going to be real bad for you as the game moves forward. Yes, Lee Sin is also not a late game champion, but Lee Sin has a lot way better potential in the late game just because of a Dragon's Rage presence.
And the attempts of CF17 overall became a detriment, right? Became a disadvantage. It took so much time for him to just roam around the Fiora, just wanting to really give a safety net for CZ. But the thing is, Zihan is just too mobile, able to utilize their pose really well. And now CF17 is delayed onto the red buff, delayed onto the jungle camps, while Lee Sin is just having a good time, already cleared up 3 camps on the left quadrant jungle when Nuno and Willem went into the red buff.
Yeah, the question here is, how is J-Team going to be able to turn things around with this 9k gold lead that Weibo Gaming already has? At this point in the game, they need to try and take risk, maybe get a pick off, maybe get a shutdown before this blows out of control.
Yeah, 100%. And I think the catalyst for that would be the Baron Nashor. If any of these two teams start up the Baron Nashor or the Ice Drake, this will come into chaos for both these teams, and J-Team has to look for that opportunity to find the right moment for DY to be able to isolate one, and for X1 and Soldier to follow through with damage.
Oh, Faye, and that's a fast engage coming in from DY. Faye needs to back away. Soldier tried to chase him down. An explosive cap to deny, and Faye was able to survive. Never mind, DY was able to follow up with the kill. Onto the backline though, Pawn fighting against Geshan. Duwanyo might not be able to survive this fight against Soldier, but no, never mind. X1 is also gonna die on the hands of Duwan. And he is gonna get Duwan 3. And that is enough for them to say that this is our game.
And that is what we've mentioned. Yes, the thing is, at the start, J-Team was able to isolate, but Weibo was able to follow suit. Once again, Faye was killed, but he bought time because 2-3 members was focused on him. And now Weibo Gaming got the Ice Drake and now is taking the opportunity for the Baron.
Takes the Baron, and they're trying to play it still defensively even after that big win. They could have ended that game, but Baron is still going to be taken. Weibo wants to take it slow and just take one step at a time.
Now looking at the replay as well, it was really good. Fan was able to bring down CZ's HP down a little bit, and now we have to look at DY because that will be the start of this fight basically with CF17. It goes for the Proto Belt along with a flash, isolated onto Faye, but the thing is, he had the flash readily available for him. He got the jump to go away, but look at DY. CZ is also not there. So it was pretty much a 4v5 overall for the longest time. And then Duanyu just 2v1 X1 and the Soldier.
Oh, man. That is such a great play coming from Duanyu. I wasn't expecting him to survive, but because of that stasis a while ago, before the shuriken flip, he was able to survive. But now onto the back line though, T1's gonna come in, the damage with the grand challenge and the knockup. That is enough, and that's gonna be a kill onto Sizzy. He's gonna fall, and J-Team won't be able to do anything much here. Look at the backline, DY is being chased down. J-Team only has 3 members here already in front. They have the Baron buff. It's going to be easy for them to push. No wave clear from J-Team.
The most important time is where they lose one of their members. Now, this is a 4v4 basically while they wait for Faye to come in. But 2 inhibitor turrets already down.
They're going to be starting this, J-Team. As far as we can go, Weibo Gaming. This is going to be hard. They have the Sleepy Triple Bubble in one. Is that going to be a kill? No, not yet. Onto the back line, though. They're trying to get it. They're going to try and take the win now. Duwanyu, that is going to be a finish for their side. And Weibo Gaming takes this win.
Weibo with a phenomenal play coming in from that game number 3. The jungle to have that early advantage. just utilized the early game prowess of this composition, and overall they took the win out of this.
What a smart play coming in from Weibo Gaming, picking that up, just getting the early game in their favor. J-Team, I was surprised about that Nunu pick when we started the game. We're not in a meta now in where the tank junglers are gonna be at the spotlight.